Let me show you guys how I got this paint job. It's pretty cool, actually. I'm going to turn it into my own villain. Now that we got Deathstroke printed, time to hit it with some resin. I have to do very light coats because I really don't want to hit too much into the detail. I just want to fill in the layer lines. So I'm going to really try to brush this as best as I can. And then once you're done, you just hit it with the UV light. And just like that, it's cured. Same thing for this helmet. I'm just going to take some alcohol and rub off all the excess to help ensure smoothness when I'm going to sand. Once I ensured that it was very smooth, I went ahead and started getting it primered. That way I could start the black process. I'm choosing to do a black base coat. That way when I go ahead and put the graphite powder down, it adheres better to the paint and it looks way better. I'm not doing the classic coloring. I'm going to be doing my own color variation as you saw in the beginning, so stay tuned for more, and I appreciate everyone that's watching the videos all the way through. Thank you. This will be the coloring stages on how I got everything. So here I'm starting with red in the cracks. That way I can go ahead and create a glowing lava effect inside of his cracks on the helmet. To achieve this, you start with the red base coat, and then I'm going to go ahead and use some graphite powder on the rest of the helmet. You can see here when you have a black base coat how well the graphite powder actually adheres to the rest of the paint. And the red is turning into a soft glow red. I had a little hiccup, but I can turn it into battle damage, no biggie, but I wanted to do the same thing, except this time I'm going to try to cover it up as just a he got whacked in the face type look. Now that all the paint's dry, I went ahead and started adding black back into it. That way I can go over it with a red again and get a little bit of a brighter red. Same thing, some graphite to go ahead and help cover it up until it pops. Now for the left side of the helmet, I'm doing silver inlays. Beginning of the video you saw how it looked, but I wanted to go ahead and add this as a character effect. Now it was time to add in something unique, so I did like a red outline that I had of my own idea, which basically was highlighting its eyes. I thought it was pretty cool. What do you guys think? But once it was finished, you can see what it looks like. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually color in the black carbon fiber where I accidentally got paint on it, and that was pretty much the whole helmet. Where I'm going to go ahead and use black and go through all of it. Stay tuned, more videos coming out.
I thought this was a really cool project, and the fact that it even fit my head was amazing. And here I am wearing it. What do you guys think of it? Tell me your honest opinions in the comments below, but here's the tutorial on how to do this exact helmet.
After getting all the colors done, it was time to do the red eyes. So here I'm taping it in, and yes, I'm taping it in. It holds, it's perfectly fine to do. But I wanted to start with a red base coat before I put the actual LED lights in. And it was red, of course. And now I'm putting on the elastic strapping, and I'm showing you how I'm doing that. I start with tape, that way it holds it in place until I weld it to the actual helmet. Here you can see me actually welding it. I go through all of it, and it holds really well, actually, for doing it this way. Here's my testing to make sure it doesn't pull off, basically, and you guys can see both sides don't come off. Now I'm doing the back side of the helmet. You see it's not pulling off. Here I'm doing the battery pack, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on the back side of the helmet. I'm using Velcro to basically, that way I can pull it off, change the batteries. Velcro is pretty helpful in this kind of case, that way I could go ahead and change the batteries on it. Here I'm just throwing it in the back side of the helmet like I said, that way it doesn't touch my head, and this is how I made my own villain.